Well, Coach Allen and I were talking about personnel overall, and Danny's been fighting through a little injury there that he's been working. He's first of all, he's a great person, and he's been working real hard, but it's going to take him a little bit of time to get back. So we talked about depth, where he could help us the most. And so Coach called him in, and typical Danny friend, he goes, yes, however I can help this football team. And so that's, how he's going to help us.
So it's I don't want to say permanent, but that's a long-term kind of move.
Yeah, right now it is. Who knows? We might, get him in there and some tight end stuff on short yardage or things like that too, whatever. But right now, yes.
Talk about the running back position. Is anybody emerging there?
I obviously I knew that question was coming, and I read what Coach Hart said, so I'll just say ditto. But guys are starting to step up, and we're starting to find out what the strengths and weaknesses are. But really, tomorrow's scrimmage is going to have a big say in what we decide there. So after tomorrow's scrimmage, we'll have more of a idea of what we're going to do. And we've got ideas right now, but we ought to see what that looks like after Saturday.
Aside from clarity at the running back position, what else are you maybe hoping to get out of tomorrow's scrimmage?
Well, it's typical of everything, assignments, techniques, effort, all those things that you look for when guys play. That's the biggest thing. So, and then also too, we're still evaluating, and we continue to evaluate scheme, we continue to evaluate players, and so tomorrow will be another evaluation of both of those.
Is your offense to the point, the quarterback play to the point where you are confident in handling blitzes, that you almost want teams to blitz you?
Yes, and I say that, I laugh when I say that, but when you play Coach Allen's team, you better be ready for the blitz. And so we've had great work at that. But I'm going to tell you something. When you go against a defense like that all the time, it tests your players, by assignment, technique. It also tests your scheme. And we've adjusted some things on offense scheme-wise that helped us because of what they were giving us on defense. But I love going against it all the time because it tests you, and that's what you gotta, you gotta beat that. You gotta be able to beat the blitz, and that's what you want. You want to get blitzed, so you can get one-on-one matchups and things like that. So it's been good for us.
What's the quarterback play looking like right now? Richard, is he cutting down turnovers? Is he getting more accurate? What are you seeing out of him?
Well, number one, you got to remember that he's learning an entire new scheme. This is more of a pro-style throw game stuff, and he's learning that. He's had to learn just, like about the previous question there. He's got to change protections and things like that. He's got to know where he's hot, all those kind of things. But I will say, to his credit, he's done nothing but continue to improve, and he's playing really well right now. So we're happy with where he is.
And in terms of the rest of the quarterbacks, you got a young group for the most part. Has Richard worked with those guys leadership-wise?
He does. Yeah, he does. And, Peyton and Nick, those guys are continuing to compete, and they made plays out there today, and that's what you want. And so, again, it's great competition, leads to great confidence. So that's what we're getting.
I think this is the fifth offensive staff Richard's worked with if you go all the way back to Connecticut. How's he kind of adapted just to learning a new scheme, new terminology? Does he have that adaptability?
Well, that's great insight, by you thinking about that, because he has had 4 or 5 different coaching staffs and things like that, and 4 or 5 different systems. And what I've loved about him is he embraced the system. But also, too, what I've always tried to do with quarterbacks is call the things they like. I'm not calling the things I like. I want them to have great confidence in our system and what I'm calling on game day and things like that. And there's times out there right now I'll ask him, I'll say, what do you want to start off with? What do you like? And a couple nights ago we met one-on-one. I said, what do you like that, with all the throw game stuff? And so that's just part of us working together, and again, he's embraced all that. And, you got to give him a lot of credit because of what you just said. He's had a lot of different systems.
What's the balance you strike with that, with maybe getting what you feel like you need in the offense, but also making sure that you're going to stuff and installing stuff that he's really comfortable with?
Well, I think another great question there, because you can't just all of a sudden run 2 or 3 plays, right? And so, but we've got unbelievable package right now of training camp, and that's what I've told these young kids is that when you go into game week, you're not going to have all these things. It's training camp. We're teaching a lot of different things in the throw game stuff. So we'll have answers and we got to have enough answers for him against different coverages and things like that. But we're going to do like what he likes to throw. You know, if he has certain throws he likes better, then we're going to use those. So.
After two great questions, I'll ask the crappy one.
This will be great too. Yeah.
I don't think we talked to you since the first scrimmage, but what did you feel like you got out of that offensively, and what were areas that you saw there that really needed to improve from that one to this one?
Yeah, that was a great question, by the way.
It was a horrible question.
But number one, we didn't turn the football over. We had no turnovers. We didn't turn it over in the run game. We didn't turn it over in the throw game, and that was big. And I thought the execution overall was good. We just want to continue to get better at some technique stuff. So that'll be the biggest thing.
Any younger guys you're seeing step up in camp, coming through, maybe looking for something in the scrimmage?
Well, Morgan has been playing well there at the running back position. You know, everybody asks about freshmen. Nick Trante, you know, is playing well. Quarterback learning, you know, continue to learn. I kidded Nick the other day. I said, how about you coming in to learn college football against all the stuff that Coach Allen gives you on defense? You know, that's hard. That's tough. But he's embraced it. You know, we got a couple of freshman receivers there that are working hard and getting better, and it should give us depth. But, you know, this freshman class is really good, and we've thrown a lot of football at them. I mean, a ton. And, you know, guys are embracing it, and they fight through it. So it's been good.
At the same time, you talk about freshman receivers, but those two guys on the outside, Simi and Nick, I mean, are they kind of leading as well as performing the way that you need them to?
Yes. And I think a lot of times at wide receiver, you got to lead through your play. You know, you're not going to be around the group when we're going fast and all that stuff. And, you know, it's hard to lead that way. But they have been good leaders off the field and things like that. But I think that, you know, Donovan Hale is another wide receiver that has really made a lot of plays. He's been great. And Luke, again, making a lot of plays. So I like our wide receiver core. And, you know, we've got some other guys there that are, you know, right around the number 5, 6, 7 receivers. They got to do a better job of catching the football right now. But those top guys there are catching the football well and, you know, running great routes, making plays.
You mentioned earlier just giving quarterbacks kind of ownership, I guess, of the offense, if that's the correct way to characterize that. I guess just how big of a difference does that make from a confidence standpoint for them in your experience with, again, giving that kind of control where, you know, they say what they like and don't like, things like that?
Well, I think that, you know, what I've learned through the years coordinating and stuff is that the quarterback and the coordinator have to be on the same page. And, you know, I don't want to do what I want to do. I want to do what they can do best. And what they do best is what we will do. And that's why when I said we've changed our system a little bit, we've changed a few things here or there because that's what Rich liked. And, again, we go out and we change a wrinkle here or two for him. And, but I just think that quarterback has to have great confidence. And I've said this. We've had a lot of great 2-minute drives at this camp. I mean, unbelievable. The other day, we started at the -6 yard line. We had to drive it all the way down to the +25 for a field goal to win it. Okay, we did it. And what I appreciated with Rich, and I've told him this, it's not your job to make a hero play, whatever. You know, just take what they give you. Let me try to get you into the better play next time. And that's what he did on that drive. He hit a check down real big to the back to Ricky, and Ricky went and split the defenders for a first down. That's a big play. Big play. And that's what we're continuing to embrace in the quarterbacks is just take what they give you. Don't force anything. And that's what we've been doing, and that's how that drive right there went all the way from the -6 down to the 25 to kick the field goal to win it. So, you know, that's what we're embracing with confidence in that quarterback.
You started at the -6?
Yes.
Why the -6?
Well, yeah, we had a great drill. Coach Allen came up with a great drill that the number 2 offense started in the 4-minute offense, and they were driving the ball, and they actually got a first down, but he wanted to pin us down in there and see what we could do with the number 1 offense for a long 2-minute drive. So they punted the ball down. They caught it at the -6, so then we had to obviously take it in a 2-minute drive now to go down and, you know, kick a field goal and win it. So what it obviously did is it went from one unit trying to control the ball and run the clock out with a 2-point lead, and then it put us in a situation on 1 minute, or the first offense having to go down then and kick the field goal to win it. So it was a great drill team-wise.
You also mentioned with grasping the offense, new system. How is Rich and the other guys, quarterbacks, grasping that system and working through it?
I think great. Yeah. I mean, I think that you know, it's because it's new. It's a new system, and it's a new learning process for them. But I think they've embraced it, and they've done a great job making plays and things like that. So I think that, you know, they've been very good with that.